Over the last decade or so, I've realized that when it comes to my productivity, there are a few relatively affordable gadgets or devices that I use that are under $20 that keep me focused and productive throughout the day. So I'm gonna go straight into my first and favorite device that keeps me productive that I actually just bought about 8 months ago, but it's one of those things that when you buy it, you don't actually realize how effective it is going to be. And this is my dedicated timer. So this cost me about $8. And I use it essentially as a Pomodoro timer, right? So when I'm working, I'll have the timer counting down next to my laptop, and it works because it adds a sense of urgency when I'm working. Like, I have 25 minutes on my timer, and in my peripheral vision, I'm just seeing the timer counting down. So it's kind of subconsciously making me procrastinate less and work faster because I can feel my time is running out. It's also really good for if I have a meeting soon, and so I have, let's say, 1 hour work session at a coffee shop before the meeting, then I'd set the timer for 1 hour, and it adds a lot of urgency. It's Parkinson's law in action, right? Which states that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. So if you give yourself an hour to complete a task, it'll take an hour, right? If you give yourself a day to complete that same task, it'll probably take a day. So I found that a dedicated timer is far better than using my phone, because although there are some really good timer apps and Pomodoro apps out there, it's just very distracting, at least for me, to have my phone next to my laptop when I'm working. I like to have my phone out of sight, usually either in my pocket or behind my laptop screen, so I can't see it. And that's the best thing about having a dedicated timer. It's not going to distract you. It has one job and one job only, and that is to add urgency to your work. A good water bottle. So sometimes if you're feeling tired or fatigued, or you really don't feel like you're being productive, often it can be as simple as you're dehydrated. So feeling tired is one of the main symptoms of being dehydrated, and this is something that I used to struggle with quite often. I just wouldn't drink enough water, and then I moved to Southeast Asia where the climate is very warm, and it kind of made the problem even worse. So it was actually a very simple fix. I bought this water bottle from Thailand. It was actually pretty expensive, about $40, which is ridiculous for a water bottle, but I really love it, and I think that's really important. I just think aesthetically it looks really nice, and it's insulated, so it keeps the water inside cold or hot if you have coffee or warm drinks in it. And similar to having a dedicated timer next to your laptop when you're working, the water bottle works in a similar way, in that I put it next to me, so it's almost like a subconscious reminder that I should drink water, and I definitely feel more productive and just generally more healthy when I stay hydrated. Skillshare. So I've been using Skillshare now for more than 3 years. So when they reached out to sponsor a video, I of course accepted, because in this list of things that boost my productivity, Skillshare probably has more of an impact on my productivity than anything else. So Skillshare is known for their classes in photography, in film and video editing, but there are so many classes on productivity and building up your skill set and career to break into the creative industries. So when I was working a 9-to-5 office job in finance back in 2018-19, I went home at 6 p.m. after work, and I learned how to edit videos for this very YouTube channel, until it got to a point where I no longer needed my salary for my office job, so I quit that job and moved full-time into the creative industry. And those video editing skills and graphic design skills for my thumbnails and time management skills, they were all absolutely imperative when making that jump from a very corporate role to a very creative role, and Skillshare is perfect for learning those skill sets. I actually uploaded a class recently called 21 Days of Purposeful Productivity, Forming Habits for Long-Term Goals. So habits are one of the easiest ways of optimizing your productivity. I call it effortless productivity, because you're automating certain tasks, so you procrastinate a lot less. That's what I teach in the class. Of course, I would be biased because I made it, but it's definitely worth checking out. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, link in the description below. Productivity lamp. So Professor Marty Lobdell popularized this idea about 11 years ago in a YouTube video that went super viral. I think it's got more than 21 million views now. And it's a very simple concept. When you're working, you turn your desk lamp on, but when you stop working, you turn your desk lamp off, right? It's that simple. And what will happen over time, at least in theory, is your brain will associate getting work done with your desk light. So when you turn your desk light on, you feel more in the mood to work.
You're ready to go, turn on the lamp and start studying. The moment you lose your edge, 15, 20, 30 minutes later, turn the lamp off, get up and leave the desk. What you're training yourself to study while seated there. And it becomes increasingly automatic, as did the raising of the hand. You sit, turn the lamp on, and you're ready to go. It's like magic. The students who did that were 1 grade point higher the next term compared to the control group that didn't do it. 1 grade point simply by creating a study area.
It's definitely worth picking up a cheap lamp, $5 or $10, or just grabbing one from around your house and trying it out for yourself. Headphones or earphones. About 70% of the work that I do on my laptop, I'm in a coffee shop. I just like the environment, the atmosphere, the background noise is where I'm at my most productive. However, sometimes the background noise can be a bit too loud, so having headphones to block out the noise right here can be a game changer when it comes to actually being able to concentrate. So normal headphones are fine, but if you can afford to spend a bit extra, active noise cancelling headphones are worth every penny. I've actually been using the Apple AirPod Pros first generation and now the second generation for the last couple of years, and I just won't leave the house without them. They go everywhere with me because it's weird to think that these tiny things over the last few years have significantly helped boost my productivity by helping me concentrate. Brain FM. So a friend messaged me a few months ago and he said, Mike, I have a new discovery on the background music that I use. Before I often toggle between YouTube videos, podcasts, EDM, guitar, classical music, etc. as background music, I found an app called Brain.fm and it has been working for me since. You should try it. And sure enough, I tried it, and sure enough, it is genuinely an amazing app. I also used to use Spotify and YouTube for my background music, but Brain.fm just takes it that one step further and apparently uses neuroscience and psychology to choose what music will help you stay focused the best, right? So according to their website, Brain FM's focus music is made to help you work better by blending into the background so you can focus distraction-free, all while stimulating the brain with gentle rhythmic pulses in the music that support sustained attention. And you can choose what type of music you want to listen to. They give you 4 options: focus, relax, sleep, and meditate, but I almost always choose focus. And then you can click into it, you choose how long you want to focus for. I usually choose 60 minutes, and then what type of focus, which I think is really a nice idea, and I usually choose deep work, and your Pomodoro timer begins with apparently science-based focus music. And on top of all this, you can choose what genre of music you want to listen to also, so it's very customizable. Definitely one of my favorite app discoveries of the year. It is around $7 a month and there's a free trial so you can try before you buy. And no, I don't get a kickback from this, I just genuinely love the app. A mouse. So this is self-explanatory, so I'm going to keep it short, but if you're working or studying on a laptop and not using a mouse, it could significantly increase your productivity if you do. Swirling around your finger on a laptop touchpad is just not an efficient way to use your laptop. I rarely use my laptop without a mouse. Even if I'm going to just a coffee shop on a tiny table, I still have a mouse with me just to help increase productivity that bit more. I really do think that all these kind of small gadgets and devices, although each one helps increase productivity by seemingly small amount, they do all add up and kind of work together to significantly increase productivity. Some other things that also add up are the apps on my phone, my calendar, my task list apps literally organize my entire day. I don't know what I'd do without them. I actually made a video recently on my top 7 productivity apps that organize my life 2023. You can click on the card on the screen to watch that. Alternatively, I made another video called How to Supercharge Your Productivity with AI, a super important video, and do check out this video sponsor, Skillshare, link in the description below.